You know, the bulls got scared by our exhaust notes and the guy was trying to control it. Okay, it's time to start again. The Garpnachokot ride was the most eventful ride of my life. In the first part, you saw me riding the 2016 Kawasaki Ninja ZX10R and practically flying through the highway. It was also very hot and one of our friends fell sick. We enjoyed the ride and finally I even crashed. In the last part, I left you where we were almost about to reach. Now let's see what happened after that. What the hell is happening over here? I've got no clue. Doesn't it look good? Just a couple of boats out there. All the bikes are looking super glorious. I just want to give you a walk around. Not a walk around, rather a walk past, walk by, whatever you want to call it. The ZX14R yellow one, you already know this, the ZX10R 2016 version. Another ZX14R 2017, I guess, or 16. This is a Benelli 600i, followed by, oh my god, the Ducati 959 Panigale. Just amazing. Then finally, the dedicated tourer. When this bike came out in 2016, I did a video of it with the footage from my friend Max Stromo in Italy, and he also owns this bike, and it was my dream that one day I would get to ride this bike. It seems that day is today. Ducatis have a completely different clutch system. I know it's got 3 power modes, which basically takes engine braking and takes care of the 8-way traction control and also the power. So you have 3 modes. The rain mode is going to set the traction all the way up to 8, which is, you know, taking away all the fun for being safe. Just listen to it. Now we're in sport mode, which is mode 2. You have to turn it around, which is not the best thing. What a way to start. You know, sport bikes feel so damn difficult in these U-turns. And now we're finally ready to roll on the Ducati. Always keep your helmet strap on. Ducatis have a completely different clutch system. They're not like other bikes at all. I love it. I'm not gonna call it a review or anything because, you know, I don't know how long I'm gonna ride this today. Amazing. Just riding, so cruising at actually in 40 kilometers per hour speed on a Ducati. I can't believe that, but this is not a road I want to push on. You're already coming back. I'm not sure why. U-turns are all that I get to do on this bike. On any other bike, I think I'd be comfortable U-turning it within the shorter turning radius. Not on this one. It's just the handlebars don't turn much, but you know, I think it turns less than even other liter bikes, but I'd have to get that confirmed. It feels definitely less, but I don't think I've taken other liter bikes to do all the time U-turns. Wow, that's gonna f up my visor. Probably the excavate stand, since there is a river and there's a lot of sand flowing out. Probably these are sand excavating trucks. For construction, sand is needed. Which way are we supposed to go? I love the exhaust note. I just love it. The inline force, absolutely orgasmic, everyone knows that, but I just love the character this one has. So much snarl. You know, the earlier Ducati that I rode, the 848 Evo, felt a lot more rapid. I'm not saying this has less power, this has actually got more power as it feels, but that bike, the power delivery was a lot more, you know, instantaneous. This one is also instantaneous. I'm not saying it's very difficult to explain, but this one, the power actually builds up, like it builds up on a ZX10R. Now it is instantaneous power, but it doesn't have that jerk. It's more like smoother. I mean, it's very aggressive, so we cannot exactly call it smooth, but it's like this type of building power instead of a cut. So it's with the I had a little bit of a situation. I'm not sure what is causing this. Probably because we got dehydrated or জল খেয়েছিলে সকাল থেকে? হ্যাঁ জল খেয়েছি। খাস না তো ঠান্ডা যখন ইয়ার লাগবে, যখন একটু গরম ইয়ার লাগবে তখন তো ব্লাড বের হবে। কিন্তু আমার কোনোদিন হয় না। এটা তো এমন কিছু kind of difficult to explain the situation over here. We are still a little worried about him. So my bike, one of that took my bike with Akash and he's gone there to find some coconut water. You know, we expect that this is happening due to the dehydration. Unfortunately, my bike and the Harley both are on low on fuel and there's no fuel station close by, so we're figuring that part out as well. He's feeling pretty well, actually. He's moving around. Highlight of the day is he's saying that even his mom doesn't take so much care of him. This is called brotherhood. This is called kolahood. Wasn't vlogging out so much because I was taking shots of all of the riders, and we've got some very beautiful locations here. Not much food option. This is all we got, a shack, and it is where we are hiding the food. There's supposed to be a resort around here somewhere. I saw it, but unfortunately continental lunch. So we are having like these omelets and some sort of cold drink, and now he's having maza, but before that we'll having some Pepsi, and he's again smoking. See, no shame. We've got some amazing shots, so I'll just show you that with all the riders, and now they've done a sort of lineup over there, and I'm just so hungry that I have to This is my second omelette actually, and I didn't vlog out. All the riders have had their food. I'm having last because I was taking some shots. We are kind of in GarhPanchkot Mandir, which is over there. Again, we'll show you that separately. The remnants of the old fort, which is over there behind the bikes. So I'll show you that later. And that's the main thing. That's the GarhPanchkot. That's the Garh, our fort. So hungry after the first food we had. It was around 8:30, and now it's around 2:30, and it's been riding constantly and taking shots. I was doing a lot of cinematography for the Ducati. I rode the Ducati. I rode the ZX10R. Though the Ducati ride wasn't much. Pretty hot. I think by next time, you know, the weather's starting to get bad, so touring will become more and more difficult in the race suit. We'd have to buy some other sort of gear. See, that is why I cannot push on these roads. The problem is there can be blind corners, there can be people that's overtaking us. This road is just, you know, you can't push really hard on it, you can't go fast on it without risking too much. But even at low speeds, the corners are so challenging. It's such a nice flowing twisties. I mean, it's not what you'd expect a canyon riding or anything like that. It's more like trail riding with a lot of fun. That's the Benelli. You know, this bike has a lot of engine sound, and right now because we are cooling it somewhat, so that is why the bike's sounding so silent. Otherwise, hear this motorcycle on the highway, amazing. And specifically the ZX14R, the Ducati. The Ducati is running on stock exhaust, but what a sound and stock exhaust. I mean, when I was riding it, I could feel it. Maybe wind noise will block it out when you're doing higher speeds, but at the lower speeds, the rumble, amazing. Okay, that is some superb view. This place, out of all the places that I've toured so far, this is the most beautiful scenery wise. Oh my god, just take a look at that. That was such an amazing shot. This bike, let's listen to that music. This is what madness looks like. Just look at that. Eight Superbikes, a cruiser and a Duke 390 stuck in the worst sort of traffic. Look at those expressions, look at those heads turning. This is like something, you know, we get to see this all the time, but most of the times I shoot only when we are going through the good patches of the road, and I really wanted to show you this sometime. Look how heads turn, shoulders move around. It's okay. Yeah. Look at those lights of the Ducati. Just looks so blisteringly good. I'm losing words here. Well, just look at it. Superb. We've got beautiful tarmac. I'm not sure where we are exactly. I've got some beautiful tarmac laid in front of us. So, and that's the other ZX14R. You already know, the yellow one. One of the riders has gotten lost. It's the ZX10R owner. Here you have the traction control to somewhat save it. If you have ridden a 2009 R1 or a Hayabusa, no electronics. Hayabusa has no electronics, only power modes.
Only power modes, raw. Totally raw.
Yeah, you can reduce the power, but you cannot have nothing. No ABS. The version now it has ABS, but on of this version which I reviewed, it didn't have ABS. But the Tokiko brakes were good. Still, it will lock. If it doesn't have ABS, it can lock in a bad situation, like in wet or and Hayabusa doesn't have like
heavy duty brakes.
Yeah, but even if your brakes are heavy duty, it can lock. If you do not have ABS, you will lock at times, not all the time. Actually, on sport bike, Hayabusa specifically, there is no rear brake. I mean, the rear brake doesn't work. If you use a rear brake, it will lock.
90% I use the front brake.
Yeah, I don't even touch. I don't even touch the rear brake, because actually in emergency situation as well, it becomes max 20% you can use. Above that, fishtailing. I wear glasses all the time because I'm not really comfortable with lenses, because as you know, lenses kind of get dry and it's not the best thing. I remember crashing in one of these. I mean, these things were not there, otherwise the crash would have been severe. I just went into the ditch. It wasn't falling, but the bike had almost fallen. I was just locked up in there. Then a guy came running, and you know, people here are very helpful. This is something that I must really say, that whenever we leave city, even in the city limits of, why am I kidding myself, in Calcutta, my city, people are really very helpful. I mean, there may be problems, there may be issues with us, but if you fall or anything, there'll be people who are rushing. These bombs, I hate them. What the fuck? On up there! On up there! Crashed. F***ing hell.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Handle?
Haha.
Hold the handle.
Wait. I have to turn it off. Of course he didn't hear me. He was 50 meters ahead, and with that exhaust, even a loud scream won't be heard on the ZX14R. My only hope was that if he looked in the rearview mirror, he would see the bike lying on the ground, but obviously he was also focused on the ride and he didn't look in the rearview mirror. They stopped for me a little bit ahead, but unfortunately that time I didn't see them because I was focused on the traffic. I got back up and I rode straight to CCD, which is about 100 more kilometers from there. So I rode straight and without any stops I reached CCD. Finally, today's crash report. Well, I've had a little bit of fraying here. I don't know if you can see it. Slight fraying here on the gloves, my favorite gloves. Fraying on the carbon fiber part of the Dainese logo is gone. Those gloves will still do fine. I mean, I can understand how much they saved me today. If you look at the leather, this leather is harder, so it's held up pretty well. A little bit of scratch on the slider, doable, it'll live. Finally, none of the cameras broken, none of the mounts are broken, completely alright. That's the GoPro. It looks pretty beat up, but nothing happened to it. Actually, it's just gotten in a different configuration. I can fix it right now if I want. It's just that it's gotten a little bit out of orientation, but as you can see, no damage done. That's perfectly fine. I was mostly worried about the Lumix because my bag isn't that protective, but the phone was in the front compartment, and on the rear compartment I have a lot of paperwork, so the camera is perfectly fine. And I'm just thankful that nothing happened to the camera, nothing happened to me. And the motorcycle, well, it took a little bit of beating, nothing much, but honestly I'm just happy that helmet saved me again. My suit, you know, today I felt this has saved me one time before, and at that time it wasn't this big. Today's incident could have been a lot worse, to be honest, but because of this level of riding protection, I just don't feel it. I just don't feel that I was in a crash. Yes, I got a little bit of road rash. Yeah, there, slight bit of road rash on my hand. The gloves didn't get torn, so this is just road rash out of the... See, I'll show you. This is the left thumb, and the left thumb is perfectly fine. Nothing torn on this one. It's in a perfect condition, and it is just a little bit of road rash. I'm really thankful that I bought such expensive gear. Slight bit of fraying here, a little bit of fraying on the Dainese logo. I feel bad actually because I really love these gloves, and to see them like this kind of hurts, but I'm glad that's not my hand, that's just my glove. So that's today's crash report, and the food has arrived. That feels great. We conclude today's episode here. So if you like this video, do give it a share and a like, and do comment below if you have ever crashed and if gear has saved you. Thanks for watching. It took me a lot of effort, 15 hours of riding, maybe another 20 hours of editing to create this thing for you. So